Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Edward III, and today we get to hear from Prince Edward in Act 4, Scene 4, which is the scene that has Prince Edward and Lord Audley and that half of the English army rather surrounded in a bit of a canyon. King John is ahead of them, Charles is off to the side, Philip is off to the other side, Chatillon is behind them. They're not in the best position, and the French were sort of pointing that out. They each sent a herald to Prince Edward and to Lord Audley to try to get out of the situation. King John was like, if you just surrender, then that's fine, and Prince Edward was like, no, and Charles was like, here's a horse for you to ride away on, and Prince Edward was like, no, and Philip was like, here's a prayer book, so maybe you can pray for some help, and Prince Edward sent that one back as well, and then he turned to Lord Audley, and he was like, you know, you're old and you're wise, you've seen more battles than I have. What words of wisdom do you have as we try to get out of this mess that we're in right now? And yesterday, Lord Audley gave us a nice long monologue on sort of the futility of life and how silly it is and how everybody spends their whole life chasing death, because as soon as you're born, you're getting ready to die. And this lovely, cheery monologue that he gives us, Prince Edward responds by saying, "Ah, good old man. 1,000 armors these words of thine have buckled on my back." What an idiot hast thou made of life, to seek the thing it fears, and how disgraced the imperial victory of murdering death, since all the lives his conquering arrows strike seek him, and he not them, to shame his glory. I will not give a penny for a life, nor half a halfpenny to shun grim death, since for to live is but to seek to die, and dying but beginning of new life. Let come the hour when he that rules it will, to live or die, I hold indifferent. So in a weird way, he's maybe kind of comforted by Lord Audley's words. He's like, that's actually, you're making fun of both life and death, you know, because life is seeking death, and death, the things he's taking all of these people, is actually getting all of these people who've been looking for him anyway. So it's all kind of silly and moot. So we'll die when we'll die. Let's go do this. And that's the end of Act 4, Scene 4. So nice and cheery. Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to see where you think this play is going at this point, because, you know, we had, at the very beginning of it, we had King Edward and the Countess of Salisbury thing, and then we had the English sort of winning in the war against the French, but now we've got the English sort of down against the French, and we've still got King Edward off at Calais, where he's holding siege, and said that 6 merchants had to come out naked and lie prostrate in front of him for him to do what he wanted with, and there's a lot going on. Just wondering if you have any predictions at this point in terms of where you think this is going to go. And if you don't, that's fine too. Just come on back tomorrow and we'll find out more together. I'll see you then. Mwah.